Shabbat Shalom. Good Yontif, Shabbat Shalom. I have been asked by higher powers than myself to ask you all to remember to turn off your phones. Apparently there was some disturbance last week, so just a reminder, please turn off your phones. Thank you.
Hashivenu, Hashivenu, Adonai Elecha Venashuva,
We turn to page 9, and it's my honor to call Ron and Sharon Epstein for the kindling of the Shabbat and holiday lights.
Page 9. Source of blessing, eternal our God, you fill the universe with majestic might, teaching us holiness through sacred obligations, giving us the mitzvah of bringing light on Shabbat and Yom Kippur. Source of blessing, eternal our God, you fill the universe with majestic might, giving us life, upholding the life within us, and bringing us to this time.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner של שבת ושל יום טוב. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן
Page 15. Kol Nidre, a chant that begins in a whisper and rises to a cry. On this night of promises remembered, Each soul in solitude communes with the soul of the universe.
God, from this day of atonement to the next, may we reach it in peace. All Israel makes these vows to turn from wrong, dishonesty, and greed, to walk in the path of justice and right.
Yet we know our weaknesses, how prone we are to fail. Help us to keep our word. Help us to act with humility and integrity. We seek pardon and forgiveness. We seek your radiance and light. Page 16.
Or zaru ala tzadik, or zaru ala tzadik, ולيשרי לב, ולيשרי לב, ולيשרי לב, שמחה. Or zaru ala tzadik, or zaru ala tzadik, ולيשרי לב, ולيשרי לב, ולيשרי לב, שמחה. Or zaru ala tzadik, or zaru ala tzadik, ולيשרי לב, ולيשרי לב, שמחה. Or zaru ala tzadik, or zaru ala tzadik, ולيשרי לב, ולيשרי לב, שמחה.
We begin our Kol Nidre service with two acts. One is by asking our presidents to come up one at a time when we ask you by name. And two is by emptying our ark of all of the Sifrei Torah, of the Torahs in the ark. The Torahs that we will be placing into the arms of our past presidents, those who have shepherded us with such love and courage and vision and effort. Those Torahs written on them are the words Emet, Zachor, Mishpat, Chesed, Tzedakah, and Beth-El. These values, truth, memory, justice, loving kindness, and righteousness, and lastly, Beth-El, our shul, our temple, our synagogue.
Marge Cursius. And after Marge, Steve Limmer. Shelley is with you, we know. Roger Tillis. Frank Abrams. Nina Koppelman. Leslie Abrams. And Ron Epstein.
Page 16. V'yeshiva shel mala v'yeshiya shel mata, al dat hamakom ve'al dat hakahal, anu materin lehitpalel im ha'avar yanim.
With one voice, assembled sages past and present declare, all may pray as one on this night of repentance. Let none be excluded from our community of prayer.
With one voice, God and congregation proclaim, all may pray as one on this day of return. Let all find a place in this sacred assembly.
Kol nidre vesarei vacharamei vekonamei vechinuyei vekinusei ushevot nindarna udahishtabana udaharimna vedasarna al nafshatana biyom kippurim ze ad yom kippurim haba aleinu letova kulhon icharatna vehon kulhon yihon sharan shvikin shvitin vetenin umvutalin la sharirin vela kayamin nidrana la nidre ve'esarana la asarei ushavuatana la shavut.
All vows, resolves, and commitments, vows of abstinence and terms of obligation, sworn promises and oaths of dedication,
that we promise and swear to God and take upon ourselves from this day of atonement until next day of atonement, may it find us well. We regret them, and for all of them we repent. Let all of them be discarded and forgiven, abolished and undone. They are not valid, and they are not binding. Our vows shall not be vows. Our resolves shall not be resolves. And our oaths, they shall not be oaths.
Stam Bishkaga. All shall be forgiven, the entire community of Israel, and the stranger who lives in their midst, for all have gone astray in error.
Slach na la'avon ha'am hazeh kegodel chasdecha, v'chasher nasata la'am hazeh mimitzrayim va'ad hena. Moses prayed to God, as you have been faithful to this people ever since Egypt, please forgive their failings now in keeping with your boundless love.
V'sham ne'amar v'yomer Adonai, salachti kidvarecha. And God responded, I forgive as you have asked.
We remain standing, if we are able, and turn to page 22.
Baruch et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
We pray together on page 24 in the English. Blessed are you, Adonai. Your great name fills the universe with majestic might. Your word creates twilight and dusk as your wisdom opens the gates of night. Your discernment separates the changing seasons and causes the passage of time. The stars arrayed across the sky reveal your design. You roll out the cycle of darkness and light, shaping day and night. You sweep away day and carry the world into nightfall, setting day apart from nighttime. You are God of all we can perceive and all that is beyond our perception. Living eternal God, be our sovereign to the end of time.
Baruch atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim.
Together on page 26. Love beyond all space and time. Your love enfolds your people, Yisrael. We receive it in your teaching, your gift of Torah, sacred obligations, discipline, and law. So let us speak these teachings when we lie down and rise up and find joy forever in your Torah and mitzvot. They are the very essence of our life, ours to ponder and study all our days. May we never lose or be unworthy of your love.
Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto
Please be seated as we turn to page 30.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בהם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem.
Emet.
At the bottom of page 37. And you shall make fringes on the corners of your garments, and you shall leave the corners of your field for the poor. Behold, I clothe myself tonight in this four-cornered talit, whose fringes recall my sacred obligations. Let me open my field of vision to recognize the poor. Let me open the clenched fist of my selfishness and extend my hand to the hungry. Let me open the darkest corners of my heart to the light of truth. Page 40.
מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נדר בקודש, נורא תחילות אוסף אלה, מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקעים לפני משה ומרים, זה אלינו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר, כי פדה אדוני את יעקב, וגאלו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גל Israel.
Page 42. Bless our sleep with peace, Adonai, and awaken us to life when we rise. With power sublime, spread over us your shelter of shalom.
Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leshalom v'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim ופרוס עלינו סוכת שלומך ותקננו ביצה טובה מלפניך והושיענו למען שמך.
Page 44, the Shamra.
Celebrating Shabbat.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם יאי ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש.
Tonight is Kol Nidre. Tonight, we account for the vows that we made last year. We offered the prayer a few minutes ago. We account for the vows we made last year, which turned out to be false. Tonight as well, we anticipate the vows that we will make this year, which may turn out to be false. Some say that this night came to be what it is because almost 1,000 years ago in Spain and Africa, Jews were forced to convert to Christianity or Islam or face almost certain death. And so many Spanish Jews vowed to convert. Kol Nidre became the legal formula, the ritual formula that forgave those Jews for their forced conversion, their conversion under great duress. Bless you. Tonight, it's about blessing. Tonight, some see our Kol Nidre in a similar light. It relieves us of responsibility for promises that we did not keep. The Torah herself whispers of this kind of relief. Even God is forgiven for a mistruth. God deceives Abraham in reporting Sarah's reaction that only God could hear. When Sarah learns that she would have a child at 90, she laughs. It was laughable to her as well that at 99, Abraham could father a child. But God actually withheld Sarah's hurtful words from Abraham. God didn't tell Abraham what Sarah actually said. And from this, the tradition learns that for the sake of shalom bayit, peace and wholeness in the home, there are times that it's acceptable to lie or distort the truth or withhold the truth. Another profound moment of dishonesty in the Torah in Sefer Bereshit, the book of Genesis, is when Jacob's sons, 11 of them, go down to Egypt for food. Remember the 11 brothers who hated Joseph? They threw Joseph into a pit and decades later discovered that he'd become the second most powerful man in all of Egypt, actually the world. By interpreting Pharaoh's dream, Joseph rose to the heights of power and saved the world and his family, ultimately, from starvation. Their father Jacob dies, and the brothers appear before Joseph. They're desperately afraid that with their father gone, he, Joseph, will take revenge upon them. Given permission to meet with royal Joseph, the brothers lie. Here are their words, chapter 50 of Genesis. Joseph, this is what our father urged us to share with you. I, Jacob, your father, ask you, Joseph, to forgive your brothers the sins and the wrongs they committed in treating you so badly. And the Torah states, when their message came to Joseph, Joseph wept. He wept. In truth, Jacob never said those words to Joseph's brothers. But for the sake of healing and forgiveness, the brothers lied about what their father said to them. They believed that Joseph would be moved by words of forgiveness from the father they all loved. And they probably were right. This lie helped the brothers seek forgiveness from Joseph, and it likely helped Joseph to forgive his brothers. In these moments I have described, two values are competing with each other: peace and truth. In each of these cases, God lying on behalf of Abraham and Joseph's brothers lying on behalf of Jacob, our tradition holds that truth can be set aside for the sake of peace. When a lie creates more peace, sacrificing some degree of trust just may be appropriate. But, as we know, it's a complicated and dangerous matter. One of God's names is Emet, truth. Emet as the three letters Aleph, Mem, and Taf. The first, middle, and last letters of the alphabet, Emet. Think about how powerful this is. To peddle in falsehoods, to mislead strangers or loved ones, by definition, this divorces us from the Holy One of Blessing. The wisdom of Hebrew teaches that truth requires the beginning, middle, and the end. Leave one out, and we won't find truth. We won't find God. Be clear as well. Yom Kippur and Kol Nidre, our moment, only atone for transgressions between man and God. Kol Nidre cannot atone for sins between people, for the damage that our mistruths cause to the people in our lives. We must do that work ourselves. The lies and dishonesty of Joseph's brothers did not relieve them of their obligation to repent directly to Joseph. The entire month of Elul that we just completed before Rosh Hashanah, we repeat Psalm 27. Many of you know this. Achat shalti me'et Adonai ota avakesh. One thing I ask, just one thing. I ask to dwell in the house of Adonai. But Masechet Soda of the Talmud is clear. Amar Rabbi Yirmiyahu bar Abba, Arba kitot ein mekablot pnei shechina. 4 classes of people will not greet the divine presence ever. Here are the 4 classes of people who will never meet the divine presence: cynics, flatterers, liars, and slanderers. They can never enter into God's home. This is a night to reflect on truth-telling and on lying. Tonight, in 3 installments, 2 more after this one, we'll explore the subject midah of truth, the hazards of speaking falsely and truthfully, the ambition of speaking truth to power, the courage speaking truth to loved ones, and as well, speaking truth to ourselves.
Turn to page 46 and rise for the Amidah.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avoteinu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzhak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor Ve'anora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei Hakol, Ve'zocher Chazdei Avot Ve'imahot, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם למען שמו באהבה. זוכרנו לחיים, מלך חפץ בחיים, והוטמנו בספר החיים, למענך אלוהים חיים. זוכרנו לחיים, מלך חפץ בחיים, והוטמנו בספר החיים, למען האלוהים חיים. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי הכל ברחמים רבים. סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה. מי כמוך אל הרחמים, זוכר יצוריו לחיים, זוכר יצוריו לחיים, ברחמים לחיים ברחמים. ונאמן אתה להחיות הכל, ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, וקדושים וקדושים בכל יום יהללוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, ברוך אתה אדוני המלך הקדוש, המלך הקדוש.
I invite you to be seated, and we will pray the next pages all the way through page 72 on our own, understanding that all the stuff in gray is an interpreted version. The stuff on the left is an interpreted version of the prayers on the right. Find your own path at your own speed through these reflections.
רצה אדוני אלוהינו בעמך ישראל ותפילתם ביהווה תקבל ברצון תהי לרצון תמיד עבודת ישראל ישראל עמך קרוב לכל קורב פנה לעבדך וחננו שפוך רוחך עלינו ותחזינה עינינו בשובך לציון ברחמים ברוך אתה
I've always loved to read. As a child, I thought I could trust something if I found it written down. If I found something in a book, nonfiction of course, I thought I could believe it. School textbooks were sacred. They held truth. Today, though, things are much more confusing. In these days of alternative facts, of constantly updating news sources, and of 24-hour access to current events, it can be hard to find the truth. Fact-checking websites abound, and even they can't be trusted. Or at least it seems they can't be trusted since they contradict each other, and if there was truth somewhere, shouldn't it be obvious? Truth, something I once believed to be objective, has become increasingly and frustratingly relative. It feels like a target I can't always find. Each day we have access to such dramatic quantities of information, and it's hard to determine the quality of what we're seeing. Is something true? It can lead to a kind of emotional whiplash. If I follow one news story throughout the day, trying to trace the nugget of truth, I can miss an entirely different, possibly scarier story completely. As a Jew, I feel that one of my obligations, one of the ways by which I must live ethically, is by pursuing truth. Seeking truth and speaking with integrity are two of the guiding principles by which I live, principles I've carried with me since childhood. In fact, in Psalm 31, one of the names of God is El Emet, the God of truth. In the Talmud, we are taught that the sages said, God who has requited the people of the generation of the flood, the people of Sodom and Gomorrah, the Egyptians at the Red Sea, will requite him who does not stand by his word. That is, the same God who exacted revenge on the people of the early world, who damaged God's creation, the people of harmful generations, the people who enslaved the Israelites. That same God who exacted revenge on those people is the same God who will exact revenge on those of us who do not speak with integrity, those of us who do not stand by our words. Integrity is so important that according to our sages, lacking integrity puts one into the same category as those who damage God's creation. Truth is a serious business. In 1985, Neil Postman wrote, "Amusing Ourselves to Death, Public Discourse in the Age of Show Business." Throughout his almost prophetic book, Postman strives to better understand and then teach how the medium in which we encounter something impacts our understanding of it. Postman takes readers on a journey from the time of the printing press to the telegraph to the television, but it does not take a great leap of the imagination to connect this journey to our now dominant medium, the internet. Postman's initial goal is to explain the differences between the world of the printing press and the world of television, and how discourse in America has gone from serious and rational to absurd. Through each advance in technology, people have been trying to communicate their truth. The concept of truth, he writes, is intimately linked to the biases of forms of expression. Truth does not, and never has, come unadorned. It must appear in its proper clothing, or it is not acknowledged, which is a way of saying that the truth is a kind of cultural prejudice. For Jews, our medium of truth, or the way in which we adorn truth, is the Torah. Our tradition teaches us that when God revealed the Torah to Moses on Mount Sinai, both a written Torah and an oral Torah were given. The oral Torah was eventually written down and finds its form in the Mishnah and Talmud, the teachings of the ancient rabbis. As the people of the book, we tend to see our ancient texts as sacred truths. Even if we don't read the Torah as a literal and historical depiction of ancient events, we acknowledge that it holds truth, and it is finite and stable. It is a living document, but a frozen one too. From the scroll to the codex, to the printing press, to the telegraph, to the television, to the internet, the media we have used have altered our ability to see truth as something obvious, finite, and stable. iPhone apps like Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter give us temporary glimpses into other people's reality, but it's not the whole truth. The internet is so dynamic, always changing and updating, but the Torah scroll, our text, is lasting. Its medium leads to serious discourse instead of the frivolity and, as Postman says, absurdity of modern media. He writes, "This fact is the principal legacy of the telegraph. By generating an abundance of irrelevant information, the telegraph dramatically altered what may be called the information-action ratio. People were newly faced with the problem of what he calls information glut, which means that simultaneously we were faced with the problem of a diminished social and political potency. This has, of course, only been exacerbated in each generation as information technology systems further inundate us with information about which we can do seemingly little. Our information-action ratio can feel so off-kilter, we begin to feel paralyzed into apathy. How can we care about anything when there is so much to care about and so little we can do? Even if we are determined to seek truth, it can be exhausting to sort through all the data we receive. But the stakes are high. Rabbi Samson Raphael Hirsch once explained that a leader should be prepared to speak out against injustice and take a stand for truth, even if it is unpopular. As Jews, we are called to be a light unto the nations. Part of that mission is to be a light for truth and justice. The legacy of the Reform movement is that we are the people who claim our prophetic voices. In these challenging times, we must draw from the deep wisdom of our prophets and raise our voices in impassioned calls for action, for seeking the truth, even if the truth is unpopular, even when we feel overwhelmed by the feeling of diminished social and political potency. Tonight, as we hear the words of Kol Nidre, our vows are absolved from the past year. But this does not rid us of our responsibilities as Jews. We know this to be a truth. Our voices matter. When we stand up for our fellow beings, human beings, because they are created as we are, B'Tselem Elohim, in the image of God, or better yet, B'Tselem El Emet, in the image of the God of truth, our voices matter. When we rise up and say all people are worthy of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, our voices matter. When we learn from our past, stand up and raise our voices loudly for truth, our voices matter. Elie Wiesel, may his memory be a blessing, once said, "I am obsessed with silence because of the silence of the world. I do not understand why the world was silent when we needed its outcry. I always come back to that problem. Where were the humanists, the leaders? The victims needed them. If they had spoken up, the killers would not have killed or would have killed less. If they had spoken up, the slaughterer would not have succeeded at his task." We don't have to be silent. We can be outspoken advocates for truth. We can raise our voices with integrity, bringing light to what we hold to be true. As we head into this day of atonement, may our repentance spur us into action. May we reflect upon our past year, times when we were bystanders, times when we were silent, and remember our sacred calling to be a light and a voice for justice and truth. Seek truth and pursue it. This is our calling for the year 5778. Together, may we work for a more peaceful world.
Page 270, I'm sorry, page 78. Page 78.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. בספר חיים, בספר חיים, ברכה ושלום ופרנסה טובה. בספר חיים, בספר חיים, ברכה ושלום ופרנסה טובה. ניזכר וניכתב לפניך, לפניך. ניזכר וניכתב לפניך, לפניך. אנחנו וכל עמך בית ישראל לחיים, לחיים טובים ולשלום. בספר חיים, בספר חיים, ברכה ושלום ופרנסה טובה.
So in just a moment, we'll ask you to rise on page 82 as we offer our vidui. And you know, there's this custom of pounding your chest with each communal sin that we will recite. Ashamnu, Bagadnu, Gazalnu, and so forth. It's an acrostic that goes from A to Z, Aleph to Taf. So I don't know if this ritual seems crazy or amazing or confusing or uplifting, but a teacher of mine, I think it was Cantor Lappin, described it as a defibrillator. You know, this motion. I don't know if I gave you credit, then I'm happy I did, but I learned it from you. I don't know who. Anyway, it's a beautiful idea, you know. I mean, sometimes it's good to feel our hearts beating and to help it beat a little faster. So, as we offer the vidui on page 82, whether you tap your chest or pound your chest or just think about it, work hard at reflecting on the shortcomings that each and every one of us has been involved in throughout the year, and know that we have a role to helping the people in our lives to be better as well, which is why every one of these verbs is about we have. None of them are in the singular I. Okay. Please rise for page 82.
Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, tavo lefanecha tefilatenu, ve'al titalam mitechinatenu, אנחנו עזי פנים וכשעורף לומר לפניך אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו צדיקים אנחנו ולא חטאנו אבל אנחנו חטאנו
Of these wrongs we are guilty. We betray, we steal,
We scorn, we act perversely together. We are cruel, we scheme, we are violent, we slander. We devise evil, we lie, we ridicule, we disobey, we abuse,
we defy, we corrupt, we commit crimes. We are hostile, we are stubborn,
we are
immoral, we kill, we spoil, we go astray, we lead others astray.
Just above that.
Hashamnu, Bagadnu, Gazalnu, Dibarnu dofi, Hevinu, Vihirshanu, Zadnu, Homasnu, Tafalnu Shekev, Ya'atznura, Kizavnu, Latznu, Maradnu, Ni'atznu, Sorarnu, Avinu, Hashanu, Surarnu, Kishinu Oref, Rashanu, Shihatnu, Tiavnu, Tainu, Titanu,
You may be seated, page 86. Join with us. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, the ways we have wronged you deliberately and by mistake,
and harm we have caused in your world through the words of our mouths.
Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, the ways we have
wronged you by hardening our hearts,
and harm you have caused in your world through careless speech.
Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, the ways we have wronged you through lies and deceit, the harm we have caused in your world through gossip and rumor.
Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, the ways we have wronged you by judging others unfairly, the harm we have caused in your world through disrespect to parents and teachers.
Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, the ways
We have wronged you
Through insincere apologies, and harm we have caused in your world by mistreating a friend or neighbor.
Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, the ways we have wronged you through violence and abuse, the harm we have caused in your world through dishonesty in business.
For all these failures of judgment and will, God of forgiveness, forgive us, pardon us, lead us to atonement.
ועל כולם אלוה הסליחות, סלח לנו מחלנו, כפר לנו, ועל כולם אלוה הסליחות, סלח לנו מחלנו, סלח לנו מחלנו, כפר לנו.
Page 88. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, the ways we have wronged you
openly and secretly, the harm we have caused in your world by losing self-control. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, the ways we have wronged you through sexual immorality, the harm we have caused in your world through consumption of food and drink.
Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, the ways we have wronged you
By giving in to our hostile impulses,
and harm we have caused in your world through greed and exploitation.
Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, the ways we have
Wronged you through cynicism and scorn,
and harm we have caused in your world through arrogant behavior. 90. Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, the ways we have wronged you by hating without cause, the harm we have caused in your world through offensive speech.
Al chet shechatanu lefanecha, the ways we have wronged
You
you
with a slanderous tongue, and harm we have caused in your world through a selfish or petty spirit.
For all these failures of judgment and will, God of forgiveness, forgive us, pardon us, and lead us to atonement.
ועל כולם אלוה הסליחות, סלח לנו מחלנו, כפר לנו, ועל כולם אלוה הסליחות, סלח לנו מחלנו, סלח לנו מחלנו, כפר לנו.
Page 98.
תרחם עלינו, עלינו, וקבל ברחמים, ברחמים וברצון את השיבנו אדוני אליך, השיבנו אליך ונשובה, חדש ימינו, ימינו כקדם. תשליכנו אל תשליכנו לעת זקנה ככלות עלינו, עלינו, וקבל ברחמים, ברחמים וברצון את
That was amazing. I hope this prayer, the Cantor Lappin, this little journey he took us on, I don't know about you. Shema Koleinu. On the one hand, what Cantor Lappin just did is like demanding of God, listen, listen, listen. You must listen to us. That's one voice. Another voice is, we're partners. We're partners. We need to listen to each other, to hear our prayer, to hear our aspiration. Another voice was one of a lover. Another voice was a child with a parent. It's so incredible what just happened. I don't know about you, but I'm at a different stage of my life, and as a Jew, and today as a rabbi, I hear people, I just can't accept this God who sits up there and got a beard and judging. And I often say, I don't believe in that God either. I don't believe in that God either. But I so am praying to have a relationship with something, something, someone, some force, some possibility that I can demand, that I can beg, that I can speak beautifully to, that I can whisper to. I think we all dream. We want that relationship, all of those relationships. And actually, the prayer we're about to turn to on page 106, Ki anu amecha. It's unbelievable. This prayer does the same thing. We are your people. We are your children. We are here to serve. Imagine being able to work for the president or the most powerful person there is. We are your community, your sacred community, your kihila. We are your legacy, your nachalah. We are your vineyard. There's so many beautiful relationships in this prayer, the prayer that we just offered a moment ago. So many relationships that we pray for. Page 106, Ki anu amecha.
Ki anu amecha ve'ata Eloheinu, anu vanecha ve'ata avinu, anu avadecha ve'ata Adonenu, anu kehalecha ve'ata chelkeinu, anu nahalatecha ve'ata goraleinu, anu tzonecha ve'ata roheinu, anu charmecha ve'ata notreinu, anu feulatecha ve'ata yotzreinu, anu rayatecha ve'ata dodeinu, anu segulatecha ve'ata keroveinu, anu amecha ve'ata malkeinu, anu ma'amirecha ve'ata ma'amireinu. Yai nai yada da 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 yada da 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 yada da da yai da 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 yai da 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 yai da yada da 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 yada da da yai yada da yai da da.
We turn to page 114 and ask you to rise as we offer Avinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Shema Kolenu. Avinu Malkeinu, Almighty and merciful, hear our voice.
Avinu Malkeinu, chatanu lefanecha.
Avinu Malkeinu, we've strayed and sinned before you.
Avinu Malkeinu, chamol aleinu ve'al ol aleinu v'tapenu.
Avinu Malkeinu, have compassion on us and our families. Avinu Malkeinu, kalei dever v'cherev v'ra'av me'aleinu.
Avinu Malkeinu, halt the onslaught of sickness,
violence and hunger.
Avinu Malkeinu, kalei kol tsar umastin me'aleinu.
Avinu Malkeinu, halt the reign of those who cause pain.
Avinu Malkeinu, kodvenu b'sefer chayim tovim.
Avinu Malkeinu, enter our names in the book of lives well lived. Avinu Malkeinu, chadesh aleinu shana tova. Renew us for a year of goodness.
Avinu Malkeinu, malei yadeinu mibirchotecha.
Avinu Malkeinu, let our hands overflow with your blessing.
Avinu Malkeinu, harem keren mishichecha.
Avinu Malkeinu, let our eyes behold the dawn of redemption. Avinu Malkeinu, na al teshivenu rekam milfanecha. Avinu Malkeinu, we pray, do not turn us away from you with nothing.
Avinu Malkeinu, kabel berachamim uvratzon et tefilatenu.
Avinu Malkeinu, welcome our prayer with love, accept and embrace it.
Avinu Malkeinu, aseh imanu lema'an shemecha. Avinu Malkeinu,
Act towards us as befits your name. Avinu Malkeinu, aseh lema'ancha im lo lema'anenu.
Avinu Malkeinu,
Act for your sake, if not for ours.
Avinu Malkeinu, ein lanu melech ela ata. Avinu Malkeinu, you alone are sovereign.
Avinu Malkeinu, patach sha'arei shamayim li tefilatenu.
Avinu Malkeinu, let the gates of heaven be open to our prayer.
Avinu Malkeinu, shema kolenu, chus v'rachem aleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, hear our voice, treat us with tender compassion.
Avinu
Malkeinu, chonenu v'anenu, ki ein banu ma'asim, aseh imanu, staka, v'chesed, v'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu,
Almighty and merciful, answer us with grace, for our deeds are wanting. Save us through acts of justice and love.
Avinu Malkeinu, Shema Koleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Chatanu lefanecha. Avinu Malkeinu, Amol Aleinu. Eyalol Aleinu, V'tapeinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, kotveinu b'sefer chaim tovim. Avinu Malkeinu, Adesh Aleinu. Aleinu, Shana Tova. Avinu Malkeinu, Malkeinu, Kadesh Aleinu, Shana Tova. Avinu Malkeinu, Shema Koleinu, Shema Koleinu, Shema Koleinu. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu v'hanenu, ki ein banu masim. Aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed. Aseh imanu, tzedaka v'chesed v'hoshienu. Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Avinu Malkeinu, Choneinu v'hanenu, ki ein banu masim.
Mizmor LeDavid, a psalm of David. Adonai, mi yagur bo halecha. God, who will live within your tents? Who will live with that sense of meaning and purpose and protection and joy? Mi yishkon b'har kodshecha, who will dwell on your sacred mountain? Who gets to ascend to those highest heights and take in the view? Psalm 15 then answers its own question. Holech tamim ufoel tzedek, the one who walks in simplicity and who does acts of justice. V'dover emet bilvavo, and the one who speaks truth in her heart. Our third and final exploration on the subject of truth this evening is, what does it mean to speak truth to yourself? Teaches Psalm 15 the fob that will click and release the lock, the key that will swing wide open the doors to the palace and to our access to God's presence, is the truth we are able to speak in our hearts. Dover emet bilvavo. This is not truth about the events in the world or in our nation, not truth about our loved ones or neighbors, and not truth in a hypothetical or esoteric sense, but the courageous internal honesty. That's the key. That's why we've come here tonight on Kol Nidre. While the gates of tshuva are still open, we have come to be honest with ourselves, to open a space to shut out the noise, to put the cell phone on airplane mode and prepare for another flight. The journey into self, into dialogue with our own soul. We have come ledaber emet b'libenu, to speak the truth about ourselves, to ourselves, to take a spiritual inventory and to examine the evidence. So, what's the Kol Nidre method, the roadmap? Well, as with so much of life, it starts simply with the physical, the act of coming here, even after a big dinner, sitting here, turning pages, turning away from the distraction and enticements of food and our preoccupation with appearances. All year we look at ourselves from the outside in, but for the next 24 hours we will try to see ourselves as God does, from the inside out, as an open book, a Sefer Chaim. What might we find on those pages? This past summer, I excavated a few of the pages from my own book, went down to the basement and finally faced those boxes, the ones I've schlepped through at least 3 moves, never opening them, praying there wasn't must or water damage, but perhaps following the directive of Rabbi Molbaum's High Holiday Storage Unit sermon last year, this past summer, I rolled up my sleeves and dived in. It is dived, or it could be dove. I look it up. Both are grammatically correct. So in those boxes, there were stacks of letters, some tied with ribbons and organized in bundles by the sender or season, certificates, journals, a spiral-bound notebook of academic inquiry from back in the day when my handwriting was neat, and photographs, things I'd not looked at in 10, 20, even 30 years. V'dover emet bilvavo, the one who speaks truth in our heart. With a perspective that only the passage of time can bring, I reviewed it all. Little notes, exchanges that had seemed small at the time, now in the golden autumn light of memory had a poignant significance. But the dramas and accomplishments recorded in these journals and letters that were once so important seem now not to matter much at all. It was humbling to open a notebook and to remember the hours spent studying a subject that I never ever mastered, or in which I never even gained a basic competence. To open a letter responding, recording to a friendship or a person that is no more. Turning pages found in the boxes which contain the book of my life sparked both laughter and a certain sober truth. What of these journeys and experiences will be remembered? I said to my kids, in this one, if you ever need to know, this is what I did. But really, what will matter? We come here tonight to open the book of our days, to weigh the significance of our deeds. Deuteronomy 25:15, Even shlema v'tzedek yelach, a perfect and just weight shall you have. Efa shlema v'tzedek yelach, a perfect and just measure shall you have. This is a directive concerning daily commerce. Your scale should be accurate. You should not inflate the value of your goods. The Talmud Bava Batra 5:10 elaborates, quote, a shopkeeper must wipe his measures twice a week, his weights once a week, and his scales after every weighing. At the heart of our tradition is the commandment to keep the scales honest, such that we might weigh and assess ourselves with clarity. This is the invitation of Yom Kippur. So in the sacred stillness of this Sabbath of Sabbaths, we take a moment to turn inward, to speak one truth, to examine the evidence of our choices, and to consider this question. In the year that has passed, what is one goal I set for myself and failed to achieve? You don't need to make it complicated, just think. One habit didn't you break? One relationship you did not mend? One spark of initiative you failed to ignite, to act upon? A truth you have betrayed? Take a short moment of silence now. Genesis Rabbah 8:5. Rabbi Shimon said, when the Holy One, blessed be God, came to create Adam, the ministering angels formed themselves into groups and parties. Some said, let humankind be created, while other angels urged, let them not. And so it is written, love and truth fought together. Love said, if humankind is created, they will do great and beautiful acts of compassion, righteousness. But said truth, let humankind not be created, because they will be made. They will be made of falsehood. They will betray truth, lying to each other, and more important, lying to themselves. They will refuse to see. They will minimize their own flaws while inflating those of others. They will betray truth by failing to change, by pretending it's all right, by failing to make real in this world their God-given talents and gifts. So what did the Holy One do? God took truth and smashed it into pieces on the ground. Yes, the seal of God, like a wax stamp on the back of an old letter yellowed by the passage of time, that seal may indeed be truth. But when the choice must be made, truth or love, God chooses love. For emet, truth does not stop with our past wrongs. The examination of our cracks, roughed edges, and unfinished business. Yes, the journey of Yom Kippur may lead us there to speak the unvarnished emes within our hearts. But if we have the courage, we are allowed with reverence to shatter the truth upon the floor and to live towards truth in the future tense of what we can create anew. Holy One of blessing, may we see the year before us as an open letter, an invitation from on high, sealed with love. And may we know, may we trust that in truth our story has yet to be written.
Kol nidre ve'esare v'charamei ve'konamei ve'chinuyei ve'kinusei ushvu Dindarna udeishtevana Di asarna mi yom kippurim zeh ad yom kippurim Icharatna v'hon Yehon Sharon Betelin umavutalin Nidrana la Nidre ושבועתנה לשבועות.
We turn to page 116 and rise for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. Of course, this entire 24 hours is laden with memory. But as we do every Sabbath, we offer the names of those who are still in Shivar Shloshim and whose yortzites fall this week. Do rise if you hear the name of a loved one that you're remembering tonight. Still in Shloshim, Denise Fulbini and Michael Gruber. And the yortzites this week for Hyman Cohen, Charles Don, Benjamin Fishman, Dina Gersh Stamen, Samuel Jaffe, Jay Glasser, Isidore Hirschberg, Nathan Lyman, Dorothy Lifshie Kessler, Bruce Gerald Motion, and Arthur Rylander. If it's your custom to rise for the mourner's Kaddish, please do so now. We're on page 122.
Yitgadal v'kadash merabah, v'yalma tivrach v'yuteh v'yamlich malchuteh, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chaye dechol Beit Yisrael, v'gala v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabah mevorach leolam ulalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'itadar v'yit'aleh v'yitalal shemed kursha prechu. Le'ela ule'ela mikol berchata v'shirata. Tush bechata v'nechemata. Damiran v'yalma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya. V'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom imromav, hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. May the source of peace bestow peace on all who mourn. May we be a source of comfort to all who are bereaved, and let us say, Amen.
Amen. You may be seated. we'll close with just a few announcements.
Before the service started, Elaine and Ron and Gary and Cantor Lappin, Rabbi Mobama, we gathered in the museum, and one of them said, you know, it's such a great thing when leaders recognize that it's an honor to sit on the bima. So it's a huge thank you to you all, for all of the incredible work you do, and that you feel that it's an honor. We're honored by your presence here. Thank you. Okay.
Okay, tomorrow morning. Come on back, y'all. 10 a.m.
She was in Memphis for a couple years.
10 a.m. right here. Also starting at 10 a.m. on the Rudin Garden, a tot service for children and families ages 2 through 6.
Led by none other than Rabbi Tara.
And then a family service, not to be missed, led by Rabbi Mobaum, also beginning at 10 in the Rudin Chapel. That's for readers, 7 years old to 11, and families, parents together, all together. After that, there will be programming for kids age 7 through 11 years old. And if you're older than that, come on in and put your hand on your head on your dad's shoulder and just sit together. Yeah, it's an amazing thing to be able to do together. And maybe even listen up a bit. And there's also babysitting, 10:45, drop off for children 18 months through 6 years old.
After the morning service, we have chapel meditations. 5 wonderful, really special congregants will share something about their spiritual journey. That'll start about 1:30. Yisker with Rabbi Davidson will begin at 2:30. Our afternoon experience leading into Ne'ilah will begin at 3:45. Our Parents Circle representative will be here. It's going to be a very moving experience, I think.
What's the Parents Circle?
Israeli Jew and Israeli Palestinian parents who each have lost a child to the violence in Israel and have chosen the path of understanding, reconciliation, forgiveness as their path forward.
We'll continue on through an afternoon experience service with youth at the helm and into Ne'ilah. Families with children are encouraged to come back at 6 p.m. and go on up to the balcony, sit together quietly, and then come on down with glow sticks. We'll end with Havdalah before the open ark and a mighty shofar blast. It's really an incredible thing to push through it and stay all day if you can, or nap and come back.
It's a great feeling to be here at the end. It's a great feeling.
And actually, due to the initiative of our wonderful executive director, there'll be a light break fast following, communal, no RSVP needed. Come get a bagel and a schmear. It'll be around 6:30. Everybody's welcome.
During the Torah services tomorrow, as we've done the last couple years, if you've never had the chance to be up close and personal to a Torah, you can be in the Oneg room or the social hall. Be bold, have the experience if you haven't before, and if you have, return to it. There'll be people organizing the Torah readings, both in the Oneg room and the social hall.
And in the spirit of inclusion, it's a reminder that our high holiday services are now being live streamed. We're so glad you're with us. We love you, Billy.
Exactly.
And all of you. And so really let people know, if you know someone that can't make it here, it's an amazing thing to be able to watch at home. And social action, as always, at the front we do tshuva, but we also do tzedakah. That's how we make it there. You've seen blue bins outside for our food collection, keeping the pantry at St. Al's full all year. Even better, of course, bring your stuff, put it in those blue bins, but if you want to write a check, that makes it even more expedient. Then our Brotherhood volunteers and others will be able to buy in bulk and get just what our neighbors, the working poor, need. There's also many opportunities to cook meals, homemade meals for working poor families through the Grateful Project. So keep your eyes open for that. And if you want to join in a cleanup of Whitney Pond, there's a lot of plastic bottles there. Join me on the 15th at 1 p.m. So just also a reminder, we stand for a long time. If you can't, sit down. If you need to take a break, if you need to drink or eat, it's okay. Take care of yourself. That's the most important thing. We're supposed to live by the mitzvot,
Chai b'hem.
not faint by them. Okay, sorry, Vlad.
And thank you to our incredible clergy for your 3 powerful messages and for sharing your truth with us, with this congregation. We are going to conclude on page 123 with the words of Psalm 126. Page 123. It's a melody that'll be easy to pick up. Please sing with us. Page 123.
Please rise.
Please rise.
Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy. It's the song of the dreamer. From the dark place it grows, like a flower in the desert, the oasis of our souls. Come back where we belong. You who hear our longing cries, our mouths, our lips are filled with song. You can see our tear-filled eyes. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy, will reap in joy. Those who sow in tears will reap in joy.
Gemar Chatima Tova. May we all be inscribed in the book of life. Shabbat Shalom.
1, 2.
Hey.
1, 2, 1, 2.
System's supposed to be off. I don't know why it's on. How are you?
I'm there myself out. But yeah, we're pretty.
Can't hear the choir, I know. I know, it's because as long as I'm flat, he wants as much stuff. Piano wants to give it to the music.
I did that.
Can't balance it.
The first I think it's really a little nerve-wracking. But now my niece actually did also it's new music partnership, so it's a whole new and there's art, music, drama, and all that stuff. So it's a lot.
Okay, bye.
It's just one of the challenges. Just but I always say, like, when you pile of things, it was like 2 weeks before it started. So that's. But you. What happens with the girls are somewhere.
1, 2.
Thank you very much. Hello. Nice to meet you.
You can really bang those keys, kid.
1, 2, 1.
Fantastic. You did the it was like about a week. I practiced it maybe a week and a half. The first was on the 24th. Today's the one. Yeah. And I worked pretty hard. I did work, like at night but I used to yeah, but the funny part is because I've been working with singers. So at one point, he says, no, back and forth, you need to take the test. And I tried him, I said, well, with a singer, I usually am afraid they're going to run out of breath. He's doing
it. 1, 2, check.
So it has the whole trick. You have to be like, you have to be probably fast first.
1, 2.
But usually I'm not very strong anymore. It's from the
I remember when one of the girls said sight read the opera.
That would have been nothing for them. I mean,
She sight read the opera. My answer to you is yes. Good question. This was discussed. To know about it. Nothing happened. Nothing was changed. No one did anything about it. Yes. It's more.
That's why I'm going to do that. Say hello to my favorite person. Hello.
1, 2.
You do. I'm going to sing well.
1, 2.
To my who are former students at South. He's going to sing tomorrow night. Alex Schechter and Gabby Lowell. You know what?
Is that true?
I do. I think it's
I like to take naps. Power nap, regenerate the mind. And I heard Catherine's family.
Yeah, I know. That makes sense that you would do it.
When it was more difficult to get into Karen, you know that Dan went to Juilliard when it was difficult to get into. If I feel very much, you are not.
Right.
We didn't go to public here.
You must see it. It's kind of fantastic. It's like kind of an Oliver Twist, but it's where music is like music plays even lower. It is phenomenal. Yeah, and Robin Williams plays the Fagin character. Yeah.
1, 2.
No, bunches. I think I've seen it 4 or 5 times. It's absolutely anyone who is so but thank you so much. Thank you. Is this the way you're always going to do it though? Do you like it?
I have more relationship with the wife.
I know, but I'll tell you something. You don't hear it as well. I was sitting over there. Maybe there's a difference, but you project better.
Did you practice today? Yes. We should be around. Yep. And the 2. Yeah.
Well, we made it.
We went through it all.
Yes, that's what
1, 2.
We just couldn't go.
You guys together.
Next round.
You don't need that.
By the way, of course you know the so these young people
Just wanted to talk to you. I'm good to go.
he's real tough. He makes sure we're in school. I said,
Well, no, it's the best.
it's becoming that late. That's it.
Because the past 30 seconds right there.
That's it. You take it.
I don't
No messing around. She's learning very well. Very well. We don't know better.
When I'm down here, I was down here last year.
Serious? The kids are getting that classes are When is Wednesday night?
Tomorrow.
I don't hope so. Does that mean
Well, the person from the south, they sort of just switched us. She went over there. She'll be fine. I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye. So,
good night.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. How fantastic.
now we go on to the...
Now you...
Well, that's done.
This was, for me, this was the...
Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I introduce you.
Thank you.
Commercial.